Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
It
I
was a
thought
pretty
this was one of
awesome
the.
episode.
I agree. Yeah, this is one of the better episodes.
Yeah, this is one of the good episodes of Bad Batch.
Yeah.
No, we're
Oh,
we're live.
we're on.
Hello,
Okay, sorry.
and welcome to Father and Son Star Wars Podcast.
Mhm.
I'm Keith. And this is my dad, Kerwin.
Yep. What he said. Star Wars podcast. Yeah. Father and son. So we saw the last episode, we called Sid up and asked her to send us a box of these Mantel mix, and
Right.
they
We're having
deliver.
some now.
Yeah, I mean they have same day delivery. Could you believe it? This is
Right.
delicious.
Plus,
Wonderful.
we got to buy one get one free deal, so we bought two.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay, let me just put this to the side because we don't want to eat all of them right now. All right, so you ready to talk about episode 7?
Yep.
All right, so this is our spoiler review of Star Wars: The Bad Batch, episode 7, called Battle Scars.
Right.
All right, so we start off with the Batch. They're being chased in space. Apparently, they stole a lizard who stole from someone who stole a lizard from somebody else.
Right. So basically, somebody had the lizard, and then it got stolen from that somebody, and then the Bad Batch stole it from that somebody who stole the lizard from somebody.
Well,
and they bought the lizard to Sid.
Right. So they completed their mission. They bought the lizard to Sid. Sid pays them some money, but she's a little short this time.
So when Hunter complains about it, she says, as in Sid says, that they got off pretty scot-free considering how much money they owe her.
Yeah.
So they've been buying fuel, rations, and somehow a bunch of a Mantel mix.
This Mantel mix
got slipped into the amount of money they owe.
Yeah.
So Wrecker and Omega have to just buy a Mantel mix after every mission.
And put it on Sid's tab.
Yeah, they're sending it to Sid's tab.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. So that was a good start to the episode. Then all of a sudden we hear this blaster fire.
Right. So when everybody goes out to see what happened, there's this person wearing like a cloak. So when they take off their hood, it turns out to be Rex.
Captain Rex.
From the Clone Wars.
All right. Right.
I knew it was him in advance though, because see, his cloak cut off right here.
You can see part of his armor.
Yeah. You can see his armor.
There you go. All right. So that's very observant. So yes, Rex is back. We knew he was going to show up at some point eventually.
Right.
And Rex is a very important character. Maybe one day we'll actually do a character study on Rex in the future for another podcast. But
that might be something we'll do for our Heroes on the Galaxy series.
Heroes and Villains. Exactly. All right. So, the clones, they all catch up and talk. And, here we go again with Wrecker and his headache.
He's having a headache.
Right. And then
so Rex is a little bit concerned. So he asks, like, what's wrong? Why are you having these headaches? And Tex says that if he's concerned about inhibitor chips, he shouldn't be because all there's are neutralized. And then Rex gets a little bit paranoid and then says, you haven't gotten your chips out yet? And then he says that they're pretty much a danger to anybody near them.
That's right.
Because those chips are dangerous.
Yeah, they're like a ticking time bomb. They can go off at any minute.
Right.
All right.
And then suddenly, with no control over it, you're evil.
Right. Yeah. Beyond your control, they could just activate, when you don't even expect it to. Yeah. So Rex recommends or demands them to go to this planet Braca, right?
Right.
Where there is a medical bay. It's old, it's decrepit, but this is the place where they can get these chips removed.
Right. It's similar to the place where Rex got his chip removed.
Gotcha. Right. Okay. And now Tech is about ready to start surgery on Wrecker's head. Then all of a sudden, just like Rex said, click.
Wrecker turns evil.
Right.
And his chip starts to take over.
Yes. And Wrecker is, how strong he is. And he's throwing the batch around.
Yeah, he goes after everybody, even Rex and Omega.
Yeah. Now, I know you're too young to know about the Terminator, but there was this movie in 1984 called The Terminator with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And this scene just had that Terminator vibe. He's running, you hear the music and you hear the sound effects, and he's the footsteps are coming and people are trying to get out of his way. So it was really cool for me, at least, because I've seen the movie.
Wasn't The Empire Strikes Back in 1983?
No, Empire Strikes Back was 80 and Terminator was in 84.
Okay.
Yeah, so about 4 years later. Yeah, but we'll talk about Terminator another time.
Yeah.
The only two about what 4 or 5 Terminator movies. The only two you really need to know about is Terminator 1 and Terminator 2. So
why did they even need that many? That's the thing with franchises.
Yeah, let's get back. Let's get back to the episode. All right.
I was about to go on a tangent.
Yeah, well, that's fine. So now they finally got Wrecker neutralized, right? And they were able to put him on the table and perform the surgery.
Right.
And
he
now,
got his chip out.
Right. And he's got a scar. He's got a little Band-Aid on his head. And it was time for the rest of them to get their chips removed.
Right.
Now,
we know Tech got his out.
Yes, because you could see that he had, half of his hair, on one side of his head shaved.
Right.
And we can see the bandage. Right.
But now, we don't know if Echo and Hunter got their chips out.
Now we can only assume.
I don't know about Echo because he has that like thing on his head. Starts here, goes all the way here.
Yeah.
I don't know how they got his chip out.
Yeah, I don't know how it works for Wrecker, but I was having a joke with Hunter because Hunter has this full head of hair.
Yeah.
And he probably say, you know what? Hey, yo, don't touch my hair. You know what I mean? But then I also realized that he's wearing a headband. So it's possible that the headband is covering up the scar.
Right.
Right. So you're not unable to see it.
Yeah. I'm still thinking about Echo though.
Well, we'll find out. Maybe we'll do some research and we'll talk about it on the next episode.
We'll probably find out.
Okay.
At some point.
Sure. And then the next scene, Hunter and Rex is having a conversation, and Rex explained to Hunter that he is still working for the Republic, even though we thought the Republic was gone because the Empire took over.
Still little remnants.
Right, exactly. And Rex is, he's on a mission. He has to go back, and they wish each other well. Make sure that you stay safe. And then the last thing that Hunter said to Rex is, "If you ever need us, you know where to find us."
Right.
Yeah.
And then if you're ever in a pinch, you know how to call us.
Right, exactly. And then we didn't talk about the Scrapper Guild, but the Scrapper Guild, they
controlled the entire planet of Bracca.
Right, and it looks like
at the end of the episode, they find out that Hunter and the rest of the Bad Batch are on the planet. So they notify the Empire. Right. And that's pretty much how the episode ends.
That was the episode. So I expect we're going to see the Empire next week, after 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And I did have a question for you, though. Do you think we're going to see Ahsoka in the Bad Batch?
Probably.
Yeah.
It just makes sense to have Rex and Ahsoka appear.
Yeah.
Sometime.
Yeah.
I feel like Rex has to appear again because you don't bring in a well-known character for just one episode.
Sure.
That doesn't make sense to me.
Right.
So he'll probably appear again with Ahsoka.
Yeah. And because Rex and Ahsoka has such a relationship that you can't see one without the other.
Yeah, they're such good friends that really I just can't picture one without the other.
And then I can also say that I'm glad that this storyline with Wrecker's head is over.
Yeah.
And he's back to normal and he's still a good guy because I love his relationship with Omega. He's kind of like the fun uncle.
Yeah.
So I'm glad, this is going to continue. This was a very good episode. I actually enjoyed this episode.
One of my favorites so far.
Well, there you go. All right. So that is it. That is
that wraps it up.
Spoiler review episode of episode 7. Thank you very much for watching us or listening to us. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you know anyone who's a big Star Wars fan or wants to become one, please direct them to our channel.
Right.
And we also are available on many streaming services.
Right. You can find us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, Radio Public, Amazon Music, Audible, or wherever you get your podcasts.
You should be able to find us.
We're just not on Odyssey, so don't look for us there.
Don't look for us on Odyssey. Okay. All right. Nothing against Odyssey. But anyway, thank you very much for joining us. Take care, and we will see you again.